Hi everyone. Happy New Year. Another year is now 2020. So I am going to kind of do a very short review of 2019. My goals, if you will, for 2020, some changes I want to make with the channel. So just stay tuned. I will be right back. First off, I want to say thank you so much to all of my friends that come back week after week, year after year to watch my journey. Thank you so much to all the old friends and all the new friends that have come on board. Thank you, and I appreciate you so much. So I'm just going to kind of recap really shortly some things. As far as 2019, 2020, my ambitions and changes I would like to make with the channel. So first of all, for 2019, it was a year of learning. Not that I have ever stopped learning and growing. It was a year of learning and making new friendships. And for me, if you're one of my old friends, you know the struggles I had with the weight since I had my weight loss surgery, and then going into menopause, and then being hit with adrenal fatigue. It was just, it was just a nightmare, just a nightmare, really. So, what I've learned is by weighing myself, and I weighed myself for almost a year. And what it has taught me is the scale is good for some things. Now, what I really have focused really hard on is when those numbers start to juggle, because mine takes your weight. It also does the body fat percentage. It does, what else? Your BMI. It does the muscle mass. And I think one other thing, I can't really remember. Something about your projected age or some other stuff it does. So when I start looking at the combination of those numbers and how they're kept flipping, what it taught me was that sometimes I was not eating enough food. Other times, I were eating things that my body just did not like because it held on to water weight. And sometimes I just, it was very few times that I actually gained actual weight. And it's been tricky eating just the right amount of food because sometimes it's really hard for me to get food in due to having a weight loss surgery and stuff. So what I've learned is I have to supplement sometime, and that's okay. It's part of my journey. So that was very eye-opening to do that, to actually dive in and look at what those numbers were telling me about my body and what was going on with me. So, and then just making a lot of new friendships. So for 2020, some of my ambitions are, as far as my adrenal fatigue, is to figure out sleeping. I noticed sleeping is a huge impact on me, especially with weight loss. I will give you an example of it. This morning I woke up a little early. I decided to weigh in, so I recorded that. And I was like, oh, well, it's really early. I'm going to lay back down. So I laid down for a few hours. When I got up, I weighed myself again. I was less weight. And my weight had dropped. So I always knew that sleeping and rest impacted my weight, but it was just such a juggling act because once I went into menopause, my sleep just went crazy. I used to sleep like a dead person. Now it's bad. It is horrible. It is horrible. So And combined with that, I work a job that I work 4 10s. And some people are like, oh, that's wonderful. You work 4 10s, you got your Friday off. Well, the problem with the 4 10s is that from where I live to where my job is quite far in traffic. So I start work normally around 6 a.m. So I normally get to work about 5:15, 5:20, only because of trying to avoid that heavy traffic. So when I get in, it leaves little time to do anything. And if I want to get in, try to get in, which no, it is so rare that it happens, at least a good amount of sleep of 8 hours of sleep, I need to be in bed by 7 p.m. Just period, 7 p.m. I need to be in bed trying to get my body wound down to fall asleep. So that's one of my huge hurdles that I want to somehow tackle, and I'm not sure how for 2020, is to finally get that sleep in order. And I know that would help a lot with my weight. And drinking enough water and getting my electrolytes in and figuring out a meal plan that really works for my body. I've been kind of okay with what I've been doing, especially, the egg fast, and you can't egg fast forever for the rest of your life. So, really drilling down what works really good for my body, and trying to get enough nutrients in it. And also for 2020, I want to do a name change for my channel. I want to align it more with my business. So I'm leaning more towards Seattle Sapphire's low carb world. And with that will come me developing, finally going into and diving into my business plan for my business to really get it going and off the ground. So that's where I'm at right now with the review, and my goals or aspirations for 2020. I also want to step up the exercise a little bit. I have for a while been doing a YouTube video because it's been hard for me to get to the gym. I really want to get to the gym, but again, the issue is I get up so early in the morning, and when I come in, it's very late, and I need to start winding down to actually just go to bed. So the only time I would have to hit a gym would probably be Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. So trying to figure out how to work that in. So yeah, I'm trying to think of any other things, and I should have been writing things down, but those are the big ones for me for 2020. The sleep, developing a good meal plan, drinking more water and getting my electrolytes in, trying to get in more physical activity, because I was really bummed by the time I psyched myself up for CrossFit, because I was always afraid of it, because there was one right there at my job, literally next door. They closed down. I was just so bummed, but trying to figure out and the balance of it all. So for me, it's just this balancing act all the way around with the eating, the sleeping, and all of that. So let me know below, what are some of your goals and aspirations for 2020, and what have you learned? What has 2019 taught you? I'm always, curious as to what other people are going to be doing and what the year has taught them. So comment below, and I am not going to hold you up because I wanted this to be very, very short, because I've already put out one video. And another one of my goals is to maybe step up my YouTube game a little bit. So I don't know. I'm about to really sit down and try to figure all this out, how I'm going to, actually manage all of that. But I'm not going to hold you any longer. Thank you so much for a bang up 2019 and for all of you sticking with me. I so appreciate it. And I'm wishing all of you nothing but happiness and joy and fulfillment for 2020. So I will be back for another video. Thank you guys so much. Bye-bye.